Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. In this video, this is my Monday buy video. What I do every Monday morning is I deposit $100 into my M1 taxable stock brokerage account, my Average Joe Dividends portfolio. That's what we're looking at right now on the screen. We can see the value of the portfolio right now is just over $277,000. It was a lot higher on Friday, but we've had some news this morning and we've dropped back into the 270s. It was just over 280, and with that news, back at 277, not worried at all. And the headline right now, just going over to CNN, was a shocking Chinese AI investment called DeepSeek is sending U.S. stocks plunging. So to me, this is a buying opportunity, and we can take a look and see just some of the big names that are plunging right now, like Nvidia, Broadcom, and Digital Realty. These are things at least that I'm watching, and Nvidia has topped the list. So let's take a look and see the performance though over the last year for the portfolio. Though we're still up 16.34% with a return with dividends over 21%. And if you're curious to see what's in this portfolio, I'll leave a link below and you can see what is all in this portfolio with the slices, and you can see how I have it divided, and it'll show you the individual positions and what percentage I have allocated to each of those. But let's go into the activity log and we'll see where that $100 went. And here's the $100 deposit, and it looks like there was 2 cents left over, so I scooped those 2 cents and put it into one single buy, and it's all going into Broadcom, that's a stock that's done really well for me, and I'll show you how the performance of Broadcom has been for me. So the $100.02, that bought 0.46109 of a share, so pretty close to half a share of Broadcom, and Broadcom recently had a 10-to-1 split. So the shares are much more affordable now, buying almost half of a share. And we're going to jump over to my Google Docs spreadsheet in a moment, but we'll take a look and see where that's at. It should be in my dividend portfolio slice. We'll scroll in there and we'll see Broadcom, and we can see the actual and then the target for Broadcom. It's off by almost 1%, and that's where it bought Broadcom there. You can see how much I have of Broadcom. We'll go back to the portfolio. We'll see how the slices are arranged too. We can see the dividend portfolio where Broadcom resides is underweighted by 0.3%. You can see the ETFs that's overweighted, and then the 12 more dividends portion that is currently right where it's supposed to be at 8%. So let's jump over to my Google Doc spreadsheet where I track all the positions in the portfolio, and we're also going to see the future dividends of the things like Broadcom and the change to my monthly, quarterly, and annual dividends. So let's just focus in on Broadcom. We'll find that, and here it is in the dark green because it last paid in December, and we're in the month of January, and we're in the light greens because January is the first month of the quarter, while December was the last month of the fourth quarter. And we can see here's the last dividend that Broadcom paid me, the $8.29. We're going to scroll down here just a little bit more, and we'll see all of our January payers, and this kind of just happened to line up so I can show everything just like this. So again, Broadcom, it paid $8.29 on the last dividend. It would be paying at the end of March, 3 months later, $8.29, but it's going to pay a little bit more since we bought the 0.46 of a share. And then here are the dividend payers so far in the month of January. I've received $126.38, with Oracle being the last payer. And we'll take a look at and see our next pairs are going to be BST and JP Morgan, and those are going to pay me over $500. But I haven't received those yet, so we're not going to show those. I'm going to scroll down and show you what's going to change here once I update the sheet with the new shares of Broadcom with those new fractionals, it's going to make a change to the monthly, quarterly, and annual dividends. And it's also going to change the next dividend for Broadcom right here on line 24. We can see here's the total dividends that Broadcom has paid me so far. And then their last increase to their dividend, it was 11% in December. So we can look forward to hopefully another 11% or double-digit increase in Broadcom's next dividend. That's not going to be for a while, but we'll see at least a change in its next dividend. We'll hard code 829 because that's what their next dividend is going to be in March. It's going to go up modestly because Broadcom doesn't pay a huge dividend. It pays right now, the yield is 1.12%, but look at my yield on cost with Broadcom. It's over 3% because I've bought Broadcom at a lower rate. My average cost of Broadcom is $69.28. Of course, that's going to go up a little bit because I'm buying Broadcom this morning at $211.20. So we'll see that go up just a little bit. We're going to see also the shares go up. And of course, the next dividend for Broadcom is going to go up as well, but modestly. And we're going to see, of course, the monthly, quarterly, and annual dividends go up. We're going to update that over on the monthly average dividend tracking sheet as well. So let's go ahead and grab that data from M1. Go to the holdings tab again. I'll leave a link below so you can see what's all in this portfolio. And this portfolio, this is about 15% of my current net worth. Most of my net worth is in ETFs like VTI, VU, VTSAX. And I'll just scroll down so you can kind of see what's in it. And the largest holding is an ETF, SCHD. I'll scroll down. It's really household names. But really, the data that's changed is right here with Broadcom. And I'll scroll down to the bottom. We're going to grab this after I show you what's in the portfolio. And again, just household names like Home Depot, Starbucks, Coca-Cola, Hershey's, things like that. Go back to the top. What I do is I grab everything starting from the name column, scroll all the way down, and I just do a copy, and we'll do a paste into my sheet, and it's going to grab the data, the shares, average share price, cost basis. But again, the only thing that's changing is Broadcom because that's all I bought. I could have bought a little bit of everything in the portfolio and done the same copy and paste and update everything just as fast. So I'm doing a paste special values only in the A column, and it aligns the shares, cost basis, and average for each position using a VLOOKUP. So here's Broadcom. Remember, the dividend before was going to be $8.29 in the end of March, but now it's going to be $8.56 with that $100 deposit. And we'll scroll down and we'll see the change to the monthly cash flow average. It's going to be very modest because, again, Broadcom pays a 1% dividend, but it's been a grower, though, for me. Let's take a look again at that, how much I've made off of Broadcom. My gain or loss has been 191%, so really nearly tripling my money with Broadcom on this investment. So, but my yield on cost is over 3%, we can see. And then my average share, see how that's gone up to $73.97 just with that buy. But still doing quite well with Broadcom. Here is the monthly cash flow average now, moving from $1,036.48 to $1,036.57. And then the quarterly is moving from $31.09.44 to $31.09.71. And then the annual cash flow average, you know, these are monthly, quarterly, and annual paychecks just from this dividend portfolio, from $12,437.75 to $12,438.83. So we'll take this $1,036.57. We'll put that over on the monthly average dividend tracking tab. scroll all the way to the bottom. 1036.57, and this was again from a $100 deposit, so it added 9 cents of monthly income going forward. And again, that does not surprise me after buying Broadcom, but Broadcom, I think over time, especially with their aggressive dividend increases, this 9 cents is going to be a lot more down the road. But you can see what I do is anytime there's an event, there's a deposit, there's a dividend increase. Look what Black Hills did for me last week with a 4% dividend increase. It added 35 cents to dividend income for me going forward with Black Hills. We'll take a look at Black Hills real quick. They're right here. And Black Hills pays much more of a dividend than Broadcom, but they are not, see their gain or loss is only 12% for me, so not really much of a grower. But look at their yield and then their yield on cost for me, and we'll take a look at what their next dividend is going to be. Much more significant than Broadcom at $27.07 in March, so a much nicer dividend for me for Black Hills. But back to this sheet, so it just every little bit helps, and it keeps increasing this average monthly dividend. And I started tracking this back on December 2022, starting at 766.64. You can see what that event was, SCHD, and they raised their dividend back then in December. It was $21 that changed to my monthly income. From the 700s were well over $1,000 at $1,036.57. So let's go on over to the dividend tracker tab. This tracks the portfolio value starting January 2021, the dividends paid. We're going to scroll all the way down to where we're at right now. Here we are, January 2025. Here are the dividends paid so far in the month of January. We're not even close to being done, and especially with that BST dividend has not rolled in yet. It's going to be a lot higher, well over $600 by the time we're done with January. But here's the average monthly dividend at $1,036.57, monthly paycheck. And I have added $2 to the monthly increase of the monthly income to the portfolio just in the month of January alone. And we didn't get that BST dividend drip. It was kind of double dipped in December, where I got the BST dividend drip at the end of November, and then BST paid its dividend in, I think it was, let's go back, I'll show you real quick where that one hit. It was back, there it is, right here. So on December 24th, it paid early, and BST, that $3.39, usually that would have been at the beginning of January. So we're kind of short at least over $3 in the average monthly dividend increase. Why it's only $2. So it's still over a month increase of 0.19%. So we're still heading in the right direction. And then the annual dividend at $12,438.83 with an annual increase of $23.99. Excuse me, I had a cough there. Still sick. This cold is just hanging on. It will not let go. So $800 in deposits in the month of January. We'll have one more to close it out on either Thursday or Friday. So we'll close with a deposit of $900 for the month. So let's go. We'll close this out. The total net worth, and it's looking a lot better on Friday when we were pretty much at all-time highs for my net worth, but still looking really good. And here is the other 85% of my net worth. Here is the dividend portfolio on this line right here, the 277, 656.53. But we'll get into the other 85%. Over at Vanguard, I have an IRA, a Roth IRA, and taxable brokerage account, and that sum is at $482,000. And then here's my current employer 401k, all in the S&P 500 index fund at $104,000. Here is an IRA for prior employment before my current employer, and that IRA is at 717. And then here again is my M1 taxable brokerage account. Here is my M1 savings account, my 1-year emergency fund. Here's my 6-month emergency fund over at Synchrony. And here is 2 months of spending over at Capital One. Here is my the value of my home. And then here is my liabilities with my credit card balance, which I'll pay off here with my next paycheck at $1,703. Here is my mortgage. Just made a payment on that recently, getting down to now $175. And then here's my current net worth. So back over the 1.8 million. Here is the breakdown in stocks, home equity, in cash. Here's the breakdown in pre-tax and after-tax in U.S. international. And I'm going to be doing a video here pretty soon to kind of show like the history of how this has grown from 2017 onward. It's kind of hard to get historicals because when I first started investing into like Vanguard, like ETFs, I was using a service called, or it was a investor called Lutz, and I was paying like a 1% fee with them. And what I did was in 2017 is I went to Vanguard myself, kind of fired Lutz and went on my own, because pretty much what they were doing was they were investing in Vanguard ETFs. I mean, they were doing the right thing, but I could have done it my own, and that's what I did, was moved on over to Vanguard pretty much. So again, I'll get into that and kind of show you also the history of my 401k from 2020 onward. And I can't show you the historicals of this because of it was with Prudential before, and it got moved excuse me, on over to M1 after I left an employer. And it's kind of hard, you know, when you move your money around a little bit or have different employers, it's kind of hard to show the historicals. But I'll be able to show the historicals of Vanguard at least, from 2017 onward, T-Row from 2020 onward, and kind of just give you history, and I'll kind of just tell you about it and how this kind of got, you know, so large. You know, this right here. So at 1.3 million, this is essentially mostly investing with employers or my own IRA or taxable here, and just kind of how this grew. And it's pretty much just the stock market just doing what it does with average gains of 10% around there just over a few decades. And that's pretty much what happened with deposits, of course, along the way. And of course, depositing a percentage of my paycheck, towards my 401k. So let's go back and I'll show you again what I'm still here, M1, and again, this is pretty much, this buy Broadcom has to do with what's going on with the market today, with Broadcom just dropping at 13%. I think Broadcom, at least in my opinion, this is not investment advice. I think it's been a really good investment for me. This could be probably a good buying opportunity. Broadcom could keep going down more tomorrow. Who knows? But I'll keep buying Broadcom if it keeps dropping at 13%. So let me know in the comments below what you guys are buying today with this drop. Of course, not everything is dropping, as we can see with the Dow Jones. It looks like it's up, but the S&P has gone down 1.4%, NASDAQ down 2.3%. So, let me know what you guys are doing with this drop. For me, I'm not panicking. I'm going to be buying more and more things on sale. So, everyone, I hope you have a great week. Thanks for sticking to the end of the video. Please click the like button if you got value from it. Also, subscribe so you do not miss future videos. Everyone, take care.